Hi guys and girls, welcome back to Watch the Time. So today I've got in another San Martin. I can't go wrong with San Martin, I've got to say. The prices, again, with a lot of watches on AliExpress are creeping up. But I think with San Martin, I think they kind of deserve it. I'd like to say, there's a couple of other brands I want to become a little bit more familiar with. Seaston, I know it sounds like a part of a toilet, but they actually make watches. They're a brand I want to look at more. They seem to be bashing out some decent stuff, and a couple of others. Matic, I quite like the look of a couple of Lair watches, and so on. The list is endless on AliExpress, thankfully, but I do think that San Martin, at the moment, they're the top of all of them. If I'm honest, they're the brand that I look to and do expect quality. This is one of their cheaper watches. Still comes in about £100. It's their Pilot's watch. I've been wanting to get one in for a little while. I've been in communication with them through their official store, which I'd also leave an affiliate link for. And I finally decided I want to get one in. They do 3 different variants. There's grey, black, and cream, which is one I've got. And I went for that one just because it's a bit different in terms of what else you normally get in, or what else I normally get in, excuse me. But guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it's something maybe you're interested in. And if it's not, leave a comment and see if there's anything else I can get in. And without further ado, let's get the camera turned around and get on with it. Hi guys and girls, so this is the watch. As you can see, it's come in the new packaging, which actually isn't too bad, you know. I can see what they've tried doing with it. That's obviously the back of the watch. This is the face of the watch, and obviously with the dial, this is the bezel. Pretty cool. Very secure actually. I like the way it came packaged. But let me just open it up. Let you have a look at what you get with the watch. That's obviously the watch. I've gone for this sort of browny creamy sort of colour. They do black and grey, but I get a lot of black and grey watches in, so I thought I'd try something a little bit different. Variety's the spice of life, as they say. So let's just get this all out if I can. So yeah, and then what you're left with at the bottom, they were good enough to send me. I've now got one of their little hang tangs. And they've also given me a spring bar removal tool, and it comes with a user manual, and it does come with a new sort of warranty card that they send out, the circular ones. And as you can see, I've got it quite recent. I don't know if I'll be keeping this, but it is a pretty cool watch, and one that I've had my eye on for a little while. I know they're starting to bring out a few different types of pilot style watch, but yeah, so I wanted to get this one in. I got talking to them, and fortunately we got a deal done, and I've got it now over to the channel. But then this is the watch, guys. So one second, let me just open it up. So the model number for this is the SN029-G. As I say, there's a couple of different color variations. I've gone for this color. There's also black and gray, if that's more in keeping with your style. The case material, crown, fixed bezel, case back, and pin buckle clasp, as well as the catches, all 316L stainless steel. They are blasted, and actually it's done really, really nicely. I've worn this for a few days now, and yes, wearing up very, very nice. The case thickness of this watch is 11.6 millimeters. The case diameter, when you go from the 8 to the 2, is 38.8. When you go from the 9 to the 3, including the crown, it's 42.2 millimeters. The lug width is 20, and the lug to lug, tip to tip, is 47.7 millimeters. Obviously it doesn't overhang or anything. There's no male end link or descent link because it's on a nylon strap. So yeah, that's the dimension. So it fits on the wrist very nicely, which you'll see soon, and you would have seen also at the start. The bezel is fixed, and as I said, it's just a bead blasted finish. The crown is screwed down, and it has got that S that looks like a bit of a dollar. I prefer it with what I got on the Explorer, or their Explorer homage watch, where they've actually put the hexagonal logo on the crown. I think that's much better. And the case back is screwed down, and yeah, finished very, very nicely, which is kind of what we're getting spoiled with now with San Martin. The strap material is nylon. Yeah, as you can see, they made a bit more of an effort. It's 2 bits of nylon that's sewn together, not just glued, so they've sewn it. A bit tough, but comfortable once on wrist, and I'm sure it'll last for a long, long time with that strap on it. The clasp is a pin buckle clasp, and I'll let you have a look at that. That is a beautiful bit of work, actually, the way they've etched that San Martin onto that pin buckle clasp. and it does give you numerous catches, about 10 catches, or holes even, excuse me. So yeah, it's going to fit wrists. You're talking quite a range there, where you're talking about 2.5 inches. That's some sort of variety range in terms of what it's going to fit. The crystal covering that dial is a bit of sapphire crystal, flat, and it has got AR coating on it, very legible, no issues with reading the time and stuff. The water resistance to this watch, as you probably can see down at the 6, is 200 meters, which I was a bit surprised by. So that's 200 meters, 20 atmospheres of water resistance. And the weight will appear in the top right hand corner is in and around 89.5 grams, give or take. But let's have a look at the dial now, guys. So you've got a minute track going around the outer edge. None of the elements are applied inside that. You've just got at the 12 o'clock you've got an inverted triangle. At the 3, 6 and 9 you've got a batten. They've just been painted on, and quite a bit actually, because the loom, they just painted them with loom, and they've done it really, really nicely actually. There's quite a bit of loom on this watch. So you'll see that right now. Actually, I'll bring that up so you can have a look at the loom. I was quite surprised actually at the loom. I know I probably shouldn't have been, given the fact San Martin do not mess about with their loom. But yeah, still a pleasant surprise just how much they've put on. So just underneath the inverted triangle, you've got San Martin in script writing, sort of italics type writing, and just above the single batten at the 6, you've got automatic 200M, just denoting the 200 meters of water resistance. Inside it is running a Seiko NH35, and obviously as you can see there's no date window, so you are going to have a ghost position. If you take it out to the first position, it will carry on. Take it out to the second, let's just move it forward. We'll put it to 20 past 8, which is normally where I go, because it allows you to see the time and the dial and everything quite nicely. So yeah, you put it back in, obviously as you can see it will unhack as it starts, and if you put it back out it will hack, and put it back in, it will stop, and so on and so forth. It does hand wind, which I'm sure you know. If you've had a Seiko NH35, 36, 38, you'll know they hand wind and are very reliable movements. They're becoming quite sought after, given the fact there's a bit of a shortage now with the closure of a couple of factories. But hopefully that will get remedied in the not too distant future. But yeah, that's the dial, guys. As you can see, the hands finished to a very nice standard. You've got a lollipop on the end of the second hand with a red tip, and yeah, just everything is just done very, very nicely. This kind of reminds me a little bit of the Seiko SNX series, I think it is, of watches, where it's kind of very similar, but this is spec'd how you'd want it to be spec'd, really, in terms of the watch. But yeah, that's the dial, guys, and I'll stop digressing. Let me just pop it on the wrist quickly for you. As I've said before, my wrist is just above a 7-inch wrist, and this fits me with 4 holes to spare going one way and 5 the other. So my maths was right earlier when I guessed there's 10 holes, and that's what it looks like on me. And again, like I said, that clasp is beautiful. I'm not the biggest fan of pin buckle clasps, but that signage on there is something else, and that's what it looks like on me, just to confirm. But then that will take me on, following all that good stuff, to what I think is pants and pucker about the watch. And if you've ever watched before, you'll know whenever I do this, I always start with pants. I like to go on a high with pucker. So what I think is pants, yeah, the ghost position on the movement. And with San Martin, they're becoming a huge brand now, coming out of China, and they do enough watches without a date to warrant buying an NH38 at this point. So yeah, it's disappointing that they keep putting these movements in. So yeah, ghost position is a problem. The sign crown, as I say, I just think it looks like a dollar sign. It looks like, yeah, they probably could do with getting rid of that. A bit of continuity in terms of just putting the San Martin hexagonal logo there. They've done it before, they can definitely do it again. And the strap stiffness, it is a bit stiff. I dare say that probably means it will last as long as the watch, really, but yeah, a bit stiffer than I would have liked, to be perfectly honest. So yeah, they're the things for now. So what I think is pants, I'd go with the ghost position on the movement, I'd go with the signage on the crown, and I'll go with the strap stiffness in terms of what I think is pants. What I think is pucker, quite a bit more actually, so I'd go with the sapphire crystal, given the fact it's only £100 sapphire crystal. I know the price is creeping up on AliExpress. Yeah, still £100 for this watch I think is a good buy. The hands and proportions, as I mentioned before, the hands, yeah, the hands and the proportions of this watch are done very, very nicely. And as I'm sure you'll know with St. Martin, everything's finished to such a good standard. And these hands are beautiful, if I'm honest, finished very, very nicely, high polished. The loom, as I already alluded to already, the loom is very, very good. You would have seen that. Yeah, it's not a dive watch. It's got 200 meters. But yeah, the loom is very, very good. That pin buckle clasp, I will come back to that. I think that is a good bit of engineering. The way that's etched onto the clasp is very nice and finished to a very good standard. The fit and finish, I know you probably expect it now with St. Martin, but yeah, the B Blast finish, yeah, it's just phenomenal. They really are operating on a different level. And the price, during this sale, the AliExpress 11/11 sale, you'll pick this up at a sort of 105, between 105 and 108 pound, depending on coupons and stuff. But yeah, this is a great buy for that price. So just to surmise, I'd go with the Sapphire crystal, I'd go with the hands and the proportions on the dial, I'd go with the loom, I'd go with the pin buckle clasp, I'd go with the fit and finish of the watch, and the price in terms of what I think is pukka. And would I recommend this watch? Definitely. As I say, I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it, and that's no sly on the watch because I actually do really like it. But obviously, being an independent channel, I do need to shift watches, that sell watches to get watches in. So I'm not sure this will survive that, but we'll see. You never know. But yeah, I definitely recommend this watch. But guys, let me know what you think about this watch, and maybe any other watches you may want to see on the channel. And as I always say, don't forget to like and subscribe, and always watch your time. Take care, guys. All the very best.